Alrighty, so Roblox Pressure just had their new update, and it's called the 4.5 update. In this video, I'll go over all the new things that I've experienced, such as the new entities, the new badges, the new endless game mode, and more. Hopefully I go over everything I need to know, and here are some timestamps on the screen for some easier navigation, so let's just hop right in. Starting off with the new entities, we have this cute little thing over here, and that's called the deep sea bunnies. Pretty much you can pet these things, which is very cute. You can also give them an item to trade in. And keep in mind, the item that they trade in can be kinda bad. And hilariously enough, I gave them my necrobloxicon, and in return, they gave me this. Oh! Yes, that was a landmine, which I'll go over shortly. But moving on, we have the Divine. Now these guys obviously aren't really new, because they were in the game before. Back then these guys were pretty harmless, but now if you step into their territory, or pretty much the grass, the Divine entity will now chase you until you step off. And if you don't step off, they're gonna catch you and assault you. Oh, it's so like all winter and everything. Look at that! Yeah, it's all winter. That is so nice. Oh. And speaking about getting assaulted, we have the Redeemer. This Redeemer is some sort of demon entity that'll kind of force you to commit die, if you know what I mean. Basically, if you ever see this revolver or gun looking thing and then click on it, the Redeemer will spawn in and try to touch you. And if you don't spam the E button enough, you're gonna commit die. So the next entity we have are the Candle Bearers, which technically isn't really new because they're from the Graveyard event. And to my knowledge, these guys are pretty much the same thing from the Graveyard, and I believe these guys will only spawn in dark rooms, which kinda makes sense, right? And they can get pretty big, as you guys can see here. Wait, what? And keep in mind, these guys can also spawn at the ridge, so make sure y'all be careful about that. And speaking about being careful, we have landmines. Yes, those things you step on, and then you explode. And to my knowledge, these landmines can pretty much spawn anywhere in a facility, and these landmines are dangerous, because obviously once you step on them, you explode. So make sure you watch your step. An official name for these things are called anti-personnel landmines. And speaking about anti-personnel, we have these anti-personnel door stoppers, which pretty much play like a tripwire type thingy, because once you walk through this red laser, it's gonna deal some damage to you and explode. And they could literally make you fly across the room. Like, look at me do that right now. Ooh! Ooh! My guy just goes flying! And keep in mind, if you go close enough, this thing can be disabled. And that brings us onto the Harbinger. Formerly known as a Death Angel / Mr. Kill, this guy is now in the game. And fun fact, I didn't experience this guy once during my run at all. I don't know how you spawn this entity. If y'all know, please put it down in the comments. And there's one more entity that I'm unaware about. Apparently it's like ambush from doors. I'm not really sure about this, so please fact check me on this thing. But wait, we also have one more. And this entity is called Lady Death. So after you died and revived, you'll now spawn into this area. And I believe this place is called the Badlands. And from here, you're gonna see Lady Death, and then shortly get teleported back into the game. And I guess this is another entity that was added, and here's a document if you're curious. So those were the new entities, and let's move on to the new badges. Starting off the badge Glutton for Punishment. And this badge is obtainable by outraging Infestation before door 25 and then making it to the ridge. And then we have a treasure map to Infinite Bloxicola. And I got this badge by escaping a room containing one of those huge candle bearers. And I'm pretty sure they're called a candle brute. But yeah, pretty much escape this guy, and then you get the badge. When it comes to the badge, you want it, you got it. I actually have no clue how to get this thing, so if you know, please put it down below in the comments. So the next badge we have is called Wawa. And the way you get this thing is you basically trade with those cute deep sea bunny looking things, by using an item of course. And speaking about these deep sea bunnies, we have this badge called Wops. And to my knowledge, you actually had to kill one of these deep sea bunny thingies. The way that I did it was trade my necrobloxicon, and then I exploded them. But next up, we have the Zero badge, which is actually achieved by turning the tides and killing a monster, and in this case, I was able to kill the Redeemer. And now we have Death Incarnate, which of course is meeting Death Angel / Harbinger, which I haven't experienced just yet, but hopefully I'll experience it soon. And then we have these 5 endless badges, which just pretty much gets you room 100, room 250, room 500, also hold $10,000 worth of research, and take 300 damage in one run without dying. And then that brings us on to Friends Forever, which of course is just being a game with an imaginary friend. And then finally, who cares about OSHA? And I got this by disabling an anti-personnel door stopper. Now let's move on to the new game mode, which is the Endless game mode. As the name suggests, it's literally just pressure, but endless. And to my knowledge, you actually don't see Sebastian at all, and you also had to do these ground encounters. If I have to be honest, I just played this game mode like one time, died at 99, and then I just left. And me personally, I think the Endless game mode is a great addition to the game. And speaking about new additions to the game, let's move on to them. Starting off, we have this new game pass. And this game pass is called the Post-Mortem Haunting. And basically this game pass allows you to become a ghost upon death, and you can do some funny things such as flicker lights, turn off someone's light source, play a very spooky sound, and more. Keep in mind, these abilities do have a cooldown duration to them, so you can't really spam them on repeat if you know what I mean. And also, you cannot revive after you become a ghost, so make sure you already revived, or maybe you just want to become a ghost, you know. In addition, you have two new room types. During my experience, I was only able to get one of them. It seems to be some upper level and lower level room. I don't really know how to explain it. You guys can see for yourselves right now. And also let me know down below what the other room type is. But moving on, we have the addition of these two new items that are added to the game. And these items are called the Sprint and the Perithacini. Wait, no. Harry the Scene. I don't know how to pronounce. But basically the Sprint gives you a nice speed boost for those intense moments, kind of similar to like a vitamin from Roblox doors. And bro, these things are so useful, I swear. Once Lockerless comes, I'm definitely bringing 5 of these things, because the speed boost is so overpowered, I swear, it's actually OP. And the way you would get this thing in your shop is you pretty much beat the game under 45 minutes. And keep in mind, if you use this thing with 1 HP remaining, you actually won't die. And then we have this Perithacini thingy. I don't know how to read. Basically, this thing gives you like an instant health boost. You just inject it and you get a bunch of HP. And the way you would get this thing is to beat the game without taking any sort of damage. In addition, we also have these 8 new documents that are added to the game. If I had to assume, they are definitely related to the new entities in the game. Now let's move on to the miscellaneous things. First off, we have a new cutscene when you revive, which is very nice to see, and here's what it looks like right now. And we also have some new outfits for your character, looking pretty snazzy. And there are also new voice lines as well, such as this one right here. Okay, maybe not that one, but there are definitely new voice lines added to Sebastian, the headquarters, the imaginary friend, and the painter. Also, it looks like you can now beat a wall dweller to death if they're ever attacking your teammates, which is gonna come in clutch, especially if you're playing with your friend, or maybe doing like an 8-man run or something. And something I should have mentioned earlier is the ability to heal yourself by flashing an infestation. For example, if you're ever low on HP, you can just flash this guy one time, but of course there's a downside to it. Infestation will get enraged and potentially outraged. And that's it. Those are all the significant and main highlights of the update. Let me know down below what y'all think about this thing. I want your honest opinion. And also let me know down below if I ever spread any misinformation or I missed anything. And before we end, I just want to give a huge shout out and a huge thanks to all my YouTube channel members. I appreciate the generosity a lot. Give me 99 cents for some funny cat emotes. I'd love you guys. So if you enjoyed, please like. If you guys didn't, please dislike. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.